Hello, students. My name is Jana Williamson, if we haven't met before, or Miss Jana, as my students call me. And today we are going to go over the Level 5 AIM terms for the Illinois State Music Teachers Association AIM syllabus. If you are new to AIM, then this is a great place for you to start because I'm actually going to do a little bit of review. If you're not new to AIM and you did Level 3 and 4, apologies. I am going to go over a few review terms in this level, things that make sense to put together or terms that my students usually forget. So we're going to start here with a review term. We have two types of phrases, contrasting phrases and parallel phrases. Contrasting phrases are two phrases which begin differently, whereas parallel phrases are two phrases which begin alike. A great example of parallel phrases is the song Mary Had a Little Lamb. So maybe sing through that or play that on your piano and listen for those parallel phrases. But just remember, contrasting phrases have to start entirely differently from each other. All right, we're going to talk about rhythm and time signature and tempo for a bit here. Common time is a time signature where 4 quarter note beats happen every measure. In other words, it's 4/4 time. 4 beats in a measure, the quarter note gets the beat. That's common time. Accelerando, say accelerando. Accelerando means gradually getting faster. It's the same root word as accelerate. So if you accelerate in your car, you are getting faster. Allegro is a fast tempo. Allegretto is a little slower than allegro. So it's still pretty fast, but not quite as fast as allegro. Andante is a walking tempo. Moderato is a medium or a moderate tempo. That one's very easy to remember. Moderato is a moderate medium tempo. An upbeat, this is the same word as a pickup. An upbeat is a note or a set of notes played before the first full measure. Look with your teacher at some examples and some real music about this. But if you're in common time, in 4/4 time, and you only have one quarter note starting a piece in its own little measure, that is an upbeat, and it's on beat 4 before you begin the first full measure. Okay, moving on to form. Binary form is a 2-part form, or A-B. We oftentimes have binary pieces that have an A section with a repeat and a B section with a repeat. Lots of minuets and other things like that are binary forms, so look for those in your pieces. Ternary form is a 3-part form, and it's usually A, B, A. The way you can remember these is a bicycle has 2 wheels, and binary form has 2 parts, and a tricycle has 3 wheels, and ternary form has 3 parts. Con spirito is just Italian for with spirit. Dici al fine means to go back to the beginning and play to the fine, the end. I think you already know this one, but new this year is di es al fine, which is dal segno al fine. And that means go back to the sign. That fancy sign looks like an S, and then play to the fine. Tonic is another review word. Tonic means the first note of a scale or key, the first degree of a key. So if you're in G major, G is the first note, so G is the tonic. If you are in F major, F is the first note of the scale, and therefore F is the tonic. The dominant, however, is the 5th note or degree of a scale or key. So if we go back to that G major example, the dominant is D. If I'm in E major, the dominant is B. New for this year is subdominant. Sub means lower, like a submarine goes under the water. So the subdominant is right below the dominant. So subdominant is the 4th note of a scale or a key. If I'm in G major again, the subdominant is C because the dominant is D. Espressivo. Say espressivo. Espressivo means play with feeling or play expressively. Okay, now we're going to talk about roots and triads and inversions, all those kinds of things in chords. A root is the lowest note of a chord when each note is a third apart. In other words, when you have a triad, like a C major chord, the root is the lowest note, which is C. We're going to use that again in triad. A triad is a 3-note chord consisting of a root, third, and fifth. I'm sure you've played plenty of triads in your playing career. An inversion is a rearrangement of chord tones so that your triad is not in its regular position. It's a rearrangement so that the lowest note is not the root. So therefore, first inversion is a triad where the third of the chord is the lowest note. So in other words, that C major chord, that C major triad, E is going to be on the bottom for first inversion. With second inversion, we have a triad where the fifth of the chord is the lowest note. So again, taking that C major triad, G will now be on the bottom. It's still a C major chord. It will just be G on the bottom. So if I play those, my C major triad is C, E, G. First inversion is E, G, C. And second inversion is G, C, E. A key signature shows the flats or sharps in any key. The relative minor is the minor key with the same key signature as that major key. For instance, C major and A minor are relatives because they both have no sharps or flats in the key. Meno mosso means a little slower tempo, less motion. And più mosso means a little faster tempo or more motion. Good luck in all of your work. I wish you all the best in your AIM tests.